Hey guys, it's Goss. I got another battle here for you. The RU tier from another guy named SteezeDisease from the TPXZ. Now, I stepped on my webcam by accident and I broke the base, so now I have to hold it with my hands. So I'm going to do the best job I can. Hopefully I won't get too much camera lag. Alright, getting into it, he leads off with Quillfish. I lead off with Metacham. He gets the Intimidate bonus, makes an excellent first turn prediction, predicting my Psycho Cut, and goes into his Murkrow. It's a fucking little camera lag there, guys, sorry. He's actually going to Mean Look, and I'm going to switch out into Magneton, and he's going to Mean Look. I thought it was a bit of a weird play, because, I mean, I didn't know what he was gonna do. I'm not familiar with the set. Maybe like substitute pain split. I don't know. I didn't know what he had in mind. So I just decided to go for a magic coat and hopefully bounce whatever he did have in mind back. But he decides to go into his Crocodile, and I predicted him to predict my switch into Dodrio, because he's been doing pretty good in the prediction game so far. But that wasn't the case. I went for an HP Grass. Obviously predicting him to predict me to switch into Dodrio, but that wasn't the case, unfortunately. I end up losing Magneton here. Don't mind. Magneton is usually my lead for bouncing back entry hazards. Not a lot of people see that coming, but I kind of expected him to lead with Quillfish and predict not my magic bounce but my electric move and just switch out into Crocodile anyway. So either way, this bout was going to happen. Unfortunately, he got the better end of it. Now he is going to he's obviously Scarfed, so he's going to go into his Rotom Heat, predicting either like my bug move or my flying type move. This Yanmega carries Giga Drain, which I'm sure some of you guys know. It's not going to help me out here, and this Rotom is actually an illegal Rotom. I don't think he did it on purpose. It's not that big of a deal. It's just he gave it Flamethrower instead of Overheat, and obviously Rotom Heat doesn't learn Flamethrower, otherwise it wouldn't be an issue. But I predict his electric move. I thought he was a Scarf Rotom, and then I saw leftovers. So I go into Claydol, predicting the electric attack. He predicts me to switch, and I guess he wanted to switch out normally, but I guess he predicted me to switch into something physical, so he went for a Will-O-Wisp, but I actually decided to stay in and set up my screens. He misses the first Will-O-Wisp. I get my Reflect off. I decide he can't really do shit to me. I didn't know if he had a fire move. I figured he would have used it instead of trying to stay in and Willow my Claydol. There's no point, really. I've never seen a physical Claydol. I've only seen them run like Earth Power, Psycho Shock, or Psychic, and the screens spinner. Mine's dual screens, rapid spin, and stealth rock support. Take some neutral physical damage. This is max HP, max defense. Obviously dual screens like Clay. So I get both my screens up, and I decide that I'm going to save Claydol for switch fodder for later. I end up going back in my Yanmega as basically fodder, see if I can get like some damage on it. Not a crazy amount, but some. Just, any damage helps. Usually, whenever I fight Rotom Wash and OU, regardless of what I hit it with, it usually seems to live with just a smidgen of HP. So if I can take a couple smidgens off, hopefully I'll be saving myself from a hard time later on in the game. And Yanmega doesn't look like he's going to be doing too much work for me. I would have liked to have saved him for Crocodile, Murkrow, and Mandibuzz, because his team is really dark heavy. But I have Metacham for that, and I should be able to take care of it no problem, assuming that I don't let them get off any attacks. And I don't think Metacham's going to have a problem with that, but even if they do get off attack, right now I've got screens up and Drain Punch, so I'm not really too worried at this point. Not until later do I start to worry. So he takes out Yanmega, and I'm pretty sure I'm just going to go into Metacham. That would make the more sense to do anyway. Yeah, so I end up going into Metacham. I guess he predicted me to Psycho Cut again. But he goes back into his Murkrow. I don't mind. So I'm actually just going to go straight for the fighting move because he's got no ghosts and nothing to really resist it except for Quillfish. But I don't think he wants to go into Quillfish just to take hits. And right now I could still spin away his hazards because Quillfish doesn't have anything for Claydol. But the Drain Punch is a 2-hit KO. That's fine. I get a useless crit. Useless crits obviously don't matter. I was really interested to see what that Murkrow set was. I don't know if it's the same one that Quandoran 6-6 runs or Elo. I have no idea. So he goes into Sceptile, which was I was initially thinking was normal gem fake out. I've seen a lot of those guys just run normal gem fake out and then sweep with Unburden, but he's actually a Leaf Storm White Herb Unburden set. That's cool. Personally, I'd go like Leaf Storm White Herb and then maybe Energy Ball so I could actually sweep instead of getting just getting the whole special defense drop. But I don't think he expected me to live, but I don't know, maybe he forgot that I had screens up. I didn't think that he was going to live the Drain Punch, so props to Sceptile. Stab, neutral, pure power, max attack. Good job. But I don't know if he realizes that the Unburden bonus only lasts if you switch out, you lose your Unburden bonus. But that's okay. He's dead anyway, so it's not really going to matter. Even if he would have switched out, Rocks would have killed him. So I'm getting some serious camera lag here. I'm sorry about that, guys. There's nothing I can do about it. Obviously, I could get a nicer camera, a better computer, but that's not an option for me right now. I'm trying to get as many videos up as I can because I'm going back to school on the 19th, so I'm not going to have a whole lot of time to do any narrating. Maybe during the day. I don't know what my schedule is going to be like in the daytime. So yeah, I'm just going to try to get my screens up here. I make a relatively fatal misplay that it doesn't really matter, but it would have helped. He actually goes for a Protect, and I go for Rapid Spin, just kind of like for the lulz, I guess, but I really should have just set up a light screen. I don't know what I was thinking, really. Looking back at it now, it made no sense for me to Rapid Spin at all. But hey, I mean, that's what happens sometimes. You don't pay attention, and I guess, as NBZ would say, from old school 70s rap, that damns the breaks. Or actually, early 80s rap. I think these are the breaks. Break it up, break it up, break it up. Anyways, so I'm going to go into Amoonguss. I know he's got Protect. If he has Taunt, I think he would have used it. Because he was faster than me, so he doesn't have anything that can cripple my Amoonguss. So I'm just going to set up a sub first turn and see if I can get him to sleep. I know I can. I don't mind keeping this one alive because I can Giga Drain it. And I just wanted to gauge damage from Giga Drain because those things are usually physically bulky and speed for entry hazards, and that looks like a 3-hit KO. Depending on min-max damage, it looks like a 3-hit KO, maybe a 4-hit KO after leftovers recovery on all the other turns. But it doesn't really bother me. So I actually go for this Spore this turn, but he goes for Protect. I guess he was just scouting to see if I was going to Spore or not. But I guess he wants to keep Quillfish for the sleep fodder. Obviously, it's only there for setting up hazards, so he's getting some late game hazards up. And I guess he decided just to get a layer of Toxic Spikes before I put it to sleep. So Quillfish is asleep, and I make an excellent prediction here. Instead of just going for the Giga Drain and trying to kill it, I figured he was going to bring in Mandibuzz. I was really hoping that Mandibuzz would come in right now, but he actually ends up going for Rotom, and I predicted the switch and went for Toxic. So I thought that was a reasonable prediction. Good play. I'm behind a sub, so there's not really anything he can do to me. I'm max HP, max special defense, so I know I can live a flamethrower, no problem. Well, there might be a problem, but I can live it, I know that. I've lived lots of other more powerful hits. I don't know if that Rotom's max special attack. They usually don't run that unless they're Scarfed. So I'm going to lose my sub. I'm going to predict him to break my sub and set up another sub so I can stall out some toxic damage and get some black sludge back, because after I switch out, I'll get my regenerator bonus. This one doesn't run effect spore. Usually the specialty defensive ones don't run effect spore. I think this Amoonguss is great. It's an excellent Pokemon. I think it outclasses Vileplume in lots of ways. Especially running Vileplume in the sun. I mean, you're running it against its own weakness. But, I mean, it is good in the sun. It gets like 414 speed after Chlorophyll if it's max speed, stab, solar power. So Vileplume is good in the sun, but I just prefer Amoonguss in this generation. I used to run a real good Vileplume back in 4th gen, but I don't anymore. And again, guys, massive camera lag. I'm so sorry about that. I'm going to see what I can do to get a nicer camera. I have a camcorder, but for recording battles, it's not the best. This webcam actually works much better. So I'm going to send in Claydol for a Death Fodder to stall out toxic turns and get my regenerator bonus on Amoonguss. So that worked out really well. It's going to be a double down, and I'm pretty sure I go back into Medicham. I'm pretty sure Medicham's still alive. Yeah, I think I switched him out after he switched in Quillfish, after that's freaking Intimidate bonus. So he goes into Mandibuzz. I'm pretty sure I'm going into Medicham. Medicham doing some work for me this match. It's excellent. So I'm at 47 after Spikes and Poison, so I was thinking he's probably going to try to Protect Stall me. Makes sense. It's what I would do. Obviously, Toxic's not going to do anything. I don't think he's going to go for the Brave Bird off the bat. I think he just wants to see what I'm going to lock myself into. I know he can live any hit from me, unless I get a crit, but I mean, the odds of that happening are very, very bad. So I live Poison on 15 and end up going for a Drain Punch. Stab, neutral, huge power. So that does a good chunk. Looks like it's going to be a solid 2-hit KO. He's obviously not going to roost. But he just decides to go for a Brave Bird, and that's fine at this point in the match. It's pretty well over. I think I have it in the bag. I'm pretty sure I was going to win this match. I mean, he's not fast enough to roost. I know Mandibuzz is fast, but they usually don't run any speed investment. So I'm going to go out to Dodrio, and I'm not going to go in for Brave Bird or Double Edge. I'm actually just going to go for Thrash, just because I don't want to take any... I don't want to take recoil damage, assuming his Crocodile is max speed Scarf. I want to see if I can live at least one hit, and then revenge it. I think I can live a Crunch without Moxie if he's max speed. Dodrio is not known for his natural bulk, but I am at full health, and he's not max attack. So, I mean, stab, neutral would... I don't know if it would kill me, to be honest, from here. So, after I get confused from Thrash, or I don't want to risk getting confusion hacks, so I'm just going to go back out to Amoonguss and stall him out from here. I was thinking maybe I could take it out with a Giga Drain, but I figured I wanted to be behind a sub for Mandibuzz. I guess it didn't really matter. I'm part poison type, so he can't toxic me anyway. But I would rather him take recoil damage on a sub than me. But I actually don't go for a sub because I'm an idiot. I go for Giga Drain. You know, it's not always good to have your opponent's Pokemon asleep, especially when it's faster than you. Because then you can't scout to see what it's going to do. I'm not really familiar with Quillfish, so I don't know what kind of set it runs, but it ends up getting the Wake Up and getting, his last move is Destiny Bond, and I had selected Giga Drain, so obviously, that was a good move, good set. I mean, that Pokemon's pretty quick. Well, it's a lot faster than Amoonguss, that's for sure. So again, with the camera lag, guys, I'm sorry, I don't know why it keeps doing that. If there's anything I can do to fix it, send me a comment, let me know. So he's going to go into his Crocodile, which is his last guy, which is Scarfed. And I was really worried that he was going to be max speed and end up outspeeding me, because I run max attack on this Dodrio. I know my base speed's higher, but I don't know by how much. So I'm just going to lock myself into Thrash. And that's the game. So it was a close RU match against SteezeDisease. I had a good time. I enjoyed it. 38 turns. So if you guys like the video, just rate, comment, sub, and I'll see you next time I can make a video. Alright, thanks. Bye.